Welcome back, everybody, as we continue the American MLS invasion of the English football pyramid, where we are leading St. Louis City to try to get them to Premiership glory, but also seeing how many MLS teams can come along with us, such as LAFC. For those of you who are new to the series, this started out as a little experiment. And I thought I'd share it because it seemed pretty fun. So I'm taking on St. Louis City FC. I have added all the MLS teams. We started in the Conference South and North, and we are now up into League One. We've been promoted every season, so has LAFC. We have started a little bit rougher in League One, bouncing around 10th and 11th before finally hitting an amazing run, which has seen us get all the way up to third. Here's the run that we've been so back and forth all over the place until November hit, and then we all of a sudden went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in a row, with 2 of those being cup games. But then you got 10, 11, 12, 13 unbeaten as we come up against LAFC. Now, we did beat them at their place 1-0, and thanks to a new signing, Brian Gutierrez, who actually came over from Wigan. So that's been good. Now, this season, although it's been up and downs, we have had some new transfers just to catch you up on the squad and where we're at. We have added the young Eli Harrison, our goalkeeper, that we signed on a free from Man United. Or no, we didn't. 625. That's right. Wanted to sign him on free, but he is now, after some early season struggles, he is emerging as somebody with a great potential. He's starting to live up to it. We also brought in from Chelsea on a free. That's who, Mason Burstow, who is starting to really hit form as well. You can see here 10 goals total with a mixture of on the bench and off. Brian Gutierrez has been great for us coming over from West Ham after his loan spell at Wigan. Finn Back from Nottingham Forest has been another one who's been great at the back. Kieran Morrison from Liverpool is playing a great role, again, emerging more and more as the season's been going on, solidifying himself in the attacking midfielder left position. David Phillips is getting more of a run in the team lately on a loan from Tottenham. Shane Duffy is one we thought we could build around in the back, but turns out he's a weak spot, and he's actually on his way out already after a 1-year contract. We're going to cash in and get a little bit of back. But Thomas Galvez has been solid at the back for us. Now, speaking of transfer, Shane Duffy, like I said, is on the way out for a couple $100,000 potentially. We keep rejecting offers for Harrison Ashby, but he doesn't want to go anywhere anyways. And then Sonny Collier, he is going to be coming over from French side, FC Lorient. He's one that we're hoping for the future, but he'll plug in right away, and we're hoping he'll be able to do well over the next year or two as we are into the championship. Let's hope so. As far as the squad goes, Liam Mendez is our young striker who's emerging more and more. He's actually getting more playing time on the right because of Burstow emerging. Craig Hardy, we have moved up from being a wing back up to an attacking midfielder on the left because of Galvez and Kian Best. And I'm like, well, why not move this man up here? And he's done actually fairly well. Look at these assists with the goal that he's getting him, because he is a 6-footer. When the crosses come in, he does a fine job of getting them in. But he is delivering it. He's got the speed. Everything is going well. He can play in the back if we need him to. But I like having him and Galvez in the team. Alan Campbell's still doing well for us. He's not got as much of a hold. And then also rising up, Ryan Boone is emerging, a central midfielder, doing quite well for us as well. He is getting more and more playing time. Omar Murray is another defender who is getting more and more playing time and looking like he could become a stud down the road as well. So we've got some potential young players who are doing really well. We're excited to see. Oh, Vallejo is another one who has shown potential and is emerging. Not getting as much of a run in the team, but he's getting there. And the David Hansel is one that we're hoping can emerge for something as well, although he's barely seeing the light of day. Sanchez is one that is not getting as much playing time anymore. He's kind of getting passed by, but that's what happens with some of the young ones. So that's our team to catch up on where the rest of the MLS teams are, besides LAFC and us. In League Two, you have New England and Colorado are the only ones representing the MLS. They were promoted last season from the National Conference League, and you do have, I mean, it looks like they're both going to be in contention to move up, but I don't know if they will. So the promotions are slowing down for us. In the National League, we have, again, dominance. The top 7 are going to be, so we will see 2 more MLS teams move up to the English Football League, which is exciting for the Americans. In the North, we don't have any because the restructuring has made it where everybody goes to the North whenever they get relegated, which means all the other MLS teams are fighting out for 2 spots to move up, but they are dominating in the South. Dagon Red is separating, but everybody else, Austin FC, the top 18, are all MLS teams. So we will see 2 more rise up. But again, I think the finances are going to start causing trouble because if you look at our finances, things are getting tighter. We have not been splashing the cash and spending nearly what they're allowing us to because I'm afraid what will happen. I think when we get to the championship, that's going to change a little bit, and we're going to have to dip into the transfer budget if we want to be competitive and have a shot at the Premier League, and then all our money woes will go away. Interestingly, we do have a new stadium being built. We're going to increase the capacity by 9,000. That'll be done in about 3 years, but that, of course, is putting a strain on the finances. So, that's where we're at. And with that, we're going to get started with this next matchup where we have a shot at home against LAFC to see if we can move up into the automatic promotion spot. We have made a strong charge to get here. I'm hoping by the end of the year we will be in one of these 2, but it'd be great because in League 2, we actually lost out to LAFC just barely, so we finished second. So we're going to try to rectify that on this next back half of the season. This is the side we're going to send out against LAFC. We do have some changes we've got to make with Vallejo getting a start. Not ideal, but Duffy's just been too much of a liability, so he's going to stay on the bench. Mendez is moving out to the right, so that way Burstall can move up, who he has been on fire, banging in the goals. Mendez has actually been doing real out on the right. Craig Hardy's going to get the start as well, continue to. The bench is a little thinner than we want because we've had to move some of these guys to give them a little bit of rest. I like to have all green if possible. So let's see how we do against LAFC in what could be a pivotal match for the season. If they win this, they're going to run away with the title, I have no doubt. If we win it, we've got a shot to move into contention for that championship, let alone for sure get ourselves set up for promotion. So we are in the snow, light snow, 31 degrees Fahrenheit. Brr. Hopefully we can get some movement going. The last time out, I think it was against, who were we playing? Not sure, but it wasn't good. We were dominating possession. It was Lincoln. And they got no shots until like the 92nd minute where they tied us up because we just could not get anything going. Much like now, even though we were pressuring them a lot last time, we couldn't get in the net. But this time, we're not getting any pressure on there. So we got to get something going. Hardy sends it into Cullen. That could be the beginning. There's Hardy again. So close. I like the promise that we had on that one, that we were able to win it back. Now, this is why I don't want to play Duffy, because Duffy is not good at getting it out, playing from the back. So that's why I realized I made that mistake. He wasn't providing leadership I wanted. But Mendez is out on the right. This is what we like about him. If we find Burstow, he can head that sucker in. Oh, they have Portelli, our guy from last year, I believe from Arsenal. I forgot about him being on their side. He's a good player. He was a very good player for us, and I don't want him to pay us back this time. Dean Portelli. Yep, that's our... Oh, he's so good. They got him this year. He's only on loan. No way Arsenal will sell him off to the side. All right, we want him back in midfield. I like where we're regaining possession. Oh, Mendez out on the right. Send it... no one on the other end. Oh, that was dangerous. Be nice if we could have gotten the ball back there to keep the pressure up. But that's okay, except they're doing the same back, and that's not... Oh. At the beginning of the season, Harrison would have probably let that ball in, so I'm not going to complain. What an offensive juggernaut this game's turning out to be. I think next half we're going to try to see if we can catch them on the counter. I am not proud of everyone's efforts. Let's just stick with this. Hardy, you're the guy we're counting on. Okay, we are going to change instead of trying to work the ball in. Let's go for the counterattack. See if we can catch them off guard because we're not getting any shots right now. So maybe the fast moving can help us get up there. Now, one thing I did change, oh boy, is I have moved these guys from being inverted wing backs. I realized that just wasn't doing what I wanted to being wing backs on support. Because they were clogging up the middle too much, they weren't getting anything, and now this allows... Oh, Mendez needs to come out. All right, Azio Jackson has not been getting the playing time this season. This will be the last season he has with the club. But let's see if he's got some of that magic that he's shown over the last few seasons. Gutierrez, Burstow has been great heading the ball in, but nothing there. Just can't get anything going offensively. Where are we at? So, the way we've been playing, I'm not worried about catching. I think we'll be good at getting the second, hopefully. If we can continue to play the way we've been doing. But it would be nice if we could catch somebody here. Let's bring in Thomas, see if he can nick something. Boone. Durkin's been playing well. Okay. Let's try this. Durkin's been on a bit of a goal-scoring run. Maybe he can nick one here. Doesn't look like we're getting much of anything. We've been more dangerous in the second half, so that's good. Literally dangerous with fouls. And a boring 0-0 draw. That's disappointing. But we'll take it. We will take it. All right, so now... we're going to see what we have up next to finish out the calendar year. We'll be going up against Port Vale. Well, before we get to the next game, we do have a nice contract offer. What contract? What am I on right now? I mean, this is one that I'm not changing clubs up. So $1.5 million a year. And they are offering us a $300,000 a year pay raise. Not bad. Not bad. So play attacking soccer, we always try to. Possession soccer, set pieces have been a strong one. Entertaining, these are all things I like to do anyways. So that is perfect. Reach the playoffs this season, not a problem. We're being competitive, all of these. What do they want from us next season? Work towards recording a top half finish in the next few seasons. Not a problem. Let's go for it. Yes, sir. We will gladly take that pay raise. And head off into our match. Going up against Port Vale, who sits at the bottom in 24th after 3 straight draws. This is the team we're sending out. Phillips and Burstow are going to lead the line. Morrison's getting the start. Alms back in. Boone and Durkin are going to take up the midfield. We're going to give a rest because so we've got Back, who's getting in. Best is getting in. Murray's getting in because they are at the bottom. We need to win this, but at the same time, we got to give some rest to some players before we face a much higher ranked. I think we're going up against the 6th place team. I don't remember who it is off the top of my head, but we're going to have more pressing concerns in January when we get there. So this is one we need to win, but we should be able to win with our, I guess, 1A team is who we're sending out here to get right back on track. It's not like we've been losing. We just haven't been winning with 3 draws. 4 out of the last 5 have been draws. So I think this is where we get back on track, hopefully. And Morrison almost got us right back in there to begin with. Boone's an exciting young player. I like to see Kean Best is getting to get more time. We did finalize the sell of Duffy, who will be leaving us in January, and he will be replaced by Collier coming over from the French side that we looked at. And there's Durkin giving the goal running. Go. Look at him go. Beautiful. That's 3 out of the last 5 he's done like that. Fantastic. So that's going to be exciting at the back to see. He's slotted as a fullback, but I think I'm going to use him as a center back to go along with Barnes, Murray, and Nielsen. That gives us a solid 4 back there. Because Back and Ashby are doing great on the right. Best and Galvez are on the left. Hardy can play both ways, but Hardy's getting the rest, and Morrison's in there. So Boone got the assist on that one as well. Look, the pressure is so much greater this time. This could be what sees us move up into second, depending on what Blackpool and Wigan do. The goal difference is much more in line with us because we've been winning by 3 and 4 goals in this wonderful unbeaten run that we've been having. I do like the dominance, but why are we not seeing anything? Apparently nothing, even though the XG is going way up, we can't do anything to make it look interesting. LAFC continues to just do what they do with Almada and Bunaga. Oh, they're so good. They have a shot to go up straight up again next season. We're going to have to make some improvements if we get to the championship, because this side will not do it. But I don't want to do a wholesale. I think we have players that can play in the championship, but we need to find some Premier League caliber players, maybe 3 next season, that can lead us, if we can not just lead us from the championship, but stay around in the Premier League. Because right now I don't think we have too many that would be able to compete up there. We do have players that compete in the championship, though, with and Durkin, Boone. I mean, all of these players, I feel like, granted, these are 2 lone players, but everybody else that's on the pitch right now can compete with the championship sides. I don't know if they would win, but they would stay up. But first we have to get there. And that's going to be a little bit tougher if we don't get automatic promotion, because these are not... Oh, please be offside. Oh, good, he was. These are not automatic wins anymore in League One, as we saw for the first part of the season before we found our footing. And now we just got to keep going. But we're not getting much going here, are we? No, we're not winning the headers or anything. Murray, beautiful stop there. Barnes, okay. Barnes, we just offered a new contract to. We tried to offer one to Alm, but he was wanting more than we want. I think he's good enough for the championship, but he's also 31. So if we can find somebody younger that's going to be better, instead of paying high wages, he's on a 900,000, I believe. If we can cut those wages down a little bit or find somebody who's better for the same wages, I'd much rather do that. Burst out. He's dominant in the air, but that one wasn't beautiful. Might have to sub him out soon, actually. All right. Put some pressure on him. Oh, no. Don't let them... I don't like this. I don't like this. That's... Oh, Lomax got it that time. Was he... Oh, it wasn't... Oh. All right. What can we change? Cullen. Get in there. Don't be nervous. Come on. You're our guy. And Alm's going to stay in for now. We could give him a pep talk. Let's do... Yeah, now he seems motivated. Go out there and get us a goal. He's not been as stellar this season. Still double-digit goals. He's doing fine. He's just not been as... There we go. I'm glad I left him in. Rasmus Alm. That's why I want to sign you. But not for what you wanted. He also wanted a longer contract. He's not a Premier League player, so that's why I didn't want to give him too much of a long contract. I'm trying to be optimistic that we could get to the Premier League in 2 seasons. I don't know that that's the case. But it's nice to think that we could. Putting some pressure on. That's just giving it right back. Ugh. Barnes is getting chewed up. So we'll put Nielsen in. And Durkin. Nah, you're staying in. Let's get that goal back. Let's get it back right away, actually. Come on, Cullen. Oh. All right. Here's the corner. We've been practicing. Come on. Best sends it into a whole lot of nothing. And nothing comes of that. This is a game we have to stop drawing. Not that I want to lose, but we can't be dominating this way. I mean, look at this. Look at this XG, but they have 2 goals off of this. And the possession is, we've been dominating. And we can't finish it off. It's the most frustrating thing. Oh, yes, there we go. David Phillips. It took a few tries, but we got it in. Well done, sir. All right, that was a big one. Now let's see it out, please. Okay. Guppy just offered you a new contract. He's a young guy with... We're going to get Boone out for Alan Stewart. So another young one that shows promise. Okay. Get some fresh legs on there. Oh, okay. I'm glad that highlight cut off. We've got our fresh legs on. Hopefully Guppy and some of these guys can put some pressure on them up front with their speed. Get some young... There we go. Find somebody. Left you on for a reason. Durkin sends it over to Best. He's been dangerous. Oh, come on back. Durkin, here he is from... He's been so dangerous lately there, but he's not pulling the trigger. Stewart almost got it. Take your time, men. Take your time. Just like we drew it up. Good job, Best. Nielsen's... I don't think it was as close as it looked. The result's what we want. Hold on. We've conceded too many times in this extra time. What a 30 shots. 10 on target. 4 XG. That's both a good win and a disappointing win at the same time. But we'll take it. Got back into our winning ways. We still haven't lost. We're up into second. Blackpool could pass us, but that's okay because we are in position to do what we want to do to gain promotion. We're on a great run. Beautiful since November 7th. All December. Not a single loss. That's what we like to see. And now we have Leeds, 7th in the Premier Division, coming up in the FA Cup. We might come back for that one and then skip down to maybe playing Wrexham or somebody. No, they're not worth... We'll have to see who's up there that's worth playing against in our next one. So thanks for joining me on this one. Let's check back in soon to see how this season plays out and to see if we can keep the American invasion going as climbing up the pyramids. LAFC is doing their job, and hopefully we will as well to break into that Premier League sooner rather than later. And I hope to see you back on the next one.